What's good, y'all? This your country cousin, Pete McCorvey, a.k.a. Peter Mac. Hey, man, get on up here, man. Kick your shoes off, pull you up one, and light you up one. You on the porch now. It's Pete McCorvey's Porch Talk. Let's do this.
What's good, everybody? It's your country cousin, Pete McCorvey, a.k.a. Peter Mac, and welcome back to the porch once again. Oh, man, yesterday, man, I was tired as a Hebrew slave yesterday, man. I recorded and released my 4th episode of At the Movies with Pete McCorvey. You know, with college basketball just ending, I did Blue Chips, and I went back and listened to it. Y'all, I feel that this is probably my best episode yet, if I do say so myself. But then again, Blue Chips is one of my favorite movies. I can talk about that movie for at least 2-3 hours. Like breaking down the scenes, talking about the acting, the backstories that go with it, just numerous trivia that is attached to the movie. I can sit there and just go on and on. So I really think I put my heart and soul into this episode. Y'all go over some other podcasts, At the Movies with Pete McCorvey. Y'all check that out. This episode right here is going to be dedicated to the memory of one of my Navy friends. Yesterday was his birthday, April 17th. My boy from Dallas, Texas, Stephen Williams, better known as Will, going on about a few months, it'll be 2 years since he passed away. Man, just a good dude, man. I got up and I started thinking about all the memories I had from being on the Dewey with him. You know, him coming to a couple of my shows, you know, seeing him at get-togethers that we had with other people from the ship. Just solid, all-around good brother, man. I remember meeting Will during my 10-month deployment from August of 2014 through June of 2015. On board USS Dewey. He got flown on halfway through the deployment. And I remember first meeting him. I'm like, oh, they just flew you on. You knew, like, yeah, man, I'm Will. I'm DC-2 Williams. Everybody called me Will. Like, okay, some smoking on smoke deck. He hear me say, and I think I heard him mention that he's from Dallas. And, of course, he a Cowboy fan. And, of course, I know Dallas and Houston don't get along. So I remember he heard me talk. He said, hey, man, where you from? I was from Mississippi. Well, you country as hell, boy, and whoop. It ain't mean nothing by it. But then I said, and then people laugh. I said, no, it's all good. I said, I wouldn't expect nobody from Houston to know anything about that. And then he looked at me like, okay. He's like, all right, you with the shits. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, don't fuck with me, bro. Like, all right, I got you. We here. And he was just cool. Always fun to talk to, go back and forth. So we was all talking about the Navy and this, that, and the third. And he was like, why you join the Navy, man? I told Will, I said, bro, it was either do this bullshit or work at Walgreens $7.50 an hour part-time. Fuck that. And I guess my accent or the way I had said it, because I was pissed off because I didn't get no sleep, he thought that was the funniest thing in the world. Because I remember every so often when he would tell people about that, he was like, man, I remember the first time I met him and he said that he just thought that was the funniest thing in the world. Man, I remember he would come to few of my shows. I remember one show he saw me like, bro, I think this is what you need to do. He's like, you need to get the fuck out the Navy and go do this. He said, I don't know how, but I'm going to try to help you do that because that's what you need to do. I may have been drunk. But I felt like, damn, he respect what I do. Because here's the thing y'all got to understand about people in the military. A lot of people who are committed say they friends going to come and laugh at whatever they say. Military people don't do that. Like, my friends on the Dewey did not do that. They all came and said, yeah, I heard you got a show now. I'm going to come. And your ass better be funny. If you ain't funny, I'm going to tell everybody he full of shit. So I'm coming to see your ass bomb. And then when I would get off stage from doing well, they were all like, damn, boy, you do this. Your ass is good at this. And they would go around and say, hey, McCorvey really good. I thought he was talking shit out his ass like he always do. No, he really good. So he was one of them people. Now, the person, sidebar, who actually I knew, okay, I really got something, is my friend Blakely, who also was a DC, who worked with Will. She couldn't, like if any one of y'all spend time at your grandmama's house watching Nick at Night and you watch the Mary Tyler Moore show, just imagine Mary's boss, Lou Grant, as a 5'2", 5'3" female, light-skinned, hazel eyes. But at the time, she had long hair. She got a fade now. Fire-ass fade, too. Her waves be spinning like a motherfucker. Who's from California, happens to be a lesbian. That's Blakely. Like, get your shirt off her back, but she gonna cuss you out. Because why, if you do what the fuck you supposed to do, she would have to give you the shirt off her back. You know? But even she said she thought if I was like, oh yeah, I gotta be doing something. I said, Blakely don't like nobody or nothing. But yeah, Will, man, being on board to do it with him, being stationed, knowing him I consider that a privilege that God bestowed upon me. I got 3 stories about him that will always stay with me. First story, we was on deployment. I found out he was from Dallas. We were watching Friday Night Lights. I think he was doing Chow. And Friday Night Lights was on. And it was on the scene where Carter was playing Odessa Permian for the state title. And I asked Will, I said, man, did you been from Dallas? You ever play them? He said, man, we played them every year. Because Will, he said, I went to Kimball. Kimball is Carter's rival. And they used to have a game, I don't know if they still have it, called the Oak Cliff Bowl. You know, like a lot of high school, your rival high school, y'all got a rival game they give the title. It's called the Oak Cliff Bowl. And I said, man, did they do that for the movie? Will's eyes got big. And so I said, nah, bro. He said, them boys do that shit for real. He said, I remember being 10th grade on the team, watching them bust through that. He said, bro, they bust through that sign. They walk real slow. They be muggy, and they start barking. He said, man, when they did that, I was looking at everybody around me, my teammates, my coach, like, these niggas crazy. And I was like, I did not know. I thought they made up for movies. I said, bro, they didn't make that up for the movie. He said, that's true to life, how Dallas Carter Cowboys are. Now, the second story, this is one of my personal favorite stories. We was having an all-hands call. And we had the captain from our destroyer squadron, the Desron. That's the captain who over all the certain amount of ships that go out and deploy. He came on board and he was talking to us. I wasn't really paying attention to him. I mean, the captain had aviators on, he talking. So I'm in ranks. On one side of me, to the right, is Jones. That's actually Will's best friend. He's a DC man too. And to the left of me is Will. And they listen to Captain, listen to the captain talk, and they like, I think Cap drunk. Like, we're like, man, I think Cap drunk as hell. And Jones, you know, he's like, he from Memphis. He was like, he said, man, I think he is drunk, man. I'm like, what y'all mean? I said, you don't hear the way he's slurring. I was like, I don't hear nothing different than how we be doing. I might have been hung over myself. I can't even remember, but I never forget. They kept going, saying, no, I think he drunk as hell. And then the captain had said, hey, look, because it was Friday night. And it was Friday afternoon. He's like, look, there's nothing wrong with taking you an Uber. He said, have a plan. He said, I took an Uber last night. And shit, I'm going to take one again tonight. Straight like that. He said it to the microphone, addressing the truth. I look around like, the fuck? Will, still perfect military baron, facing forward, said, told you. And I was just, it took everything in me not to bust out laughing. I was like, you can't be serious. Now, the last story, this proved how much of a real one he is. I had to go get something made. I had to get a placard made. Now, the guy who made the placard, I don't know what he was on today. He was a cool dude, but he was on bullshit that day. So he gave me a tough time about getting the placard made and this, that, and the third. So Will jumps up and sees me. Because Will works in that department where they do it with the guy. And Will was like, at first I thought they were joking. Like, man, you can make that placard and da-da-da-da-da-da. And he's like, well, no, he said, no. Will said, I've seen you do this for other people. Da-da-da-da. He's like, well, he said, okay, I have. He said, Will said, okay, well, stop being a bitch and make this man this placard. And then the guy jumped up and said, don't tell me what the fuck to do. Don't cuss at me, Will. And then Will like, well, what the fuck you want to do? And I'm like, oh, they serious? And there's another guy that's, hey, McCorvey, you know what? Just get the fuck out of here. We get the placard made. He closed the door. I was like, oh, damn. And that's letting me know that Will, like, considered me a friend. You know, you ain't finna push it around him or nobody he fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, last year for his birthday, I posted this picture. It's one of my favorite pictures from the Dewey. It's after my boy Haggins re-enlistment. I think I mentioned Haggins before on the porch. He decided to re-enlist, so almost half of the ship, people who wasn't on watch can break away from their office, became to see Haggins re-enlist, because everybody loved Haggins. Haggins was just a cool dude. So somebody, I don't know whose idea it was to get this picture. I don't know if it was going to go on the website or Haggins or somebody, but somehow it made its rounds. And I got the picture. Still one of my favorite pictures on there. Everybody's sitting there looking up at the camera at an angle, shooting down. And even though it's Hag's re-enlistment, Will is right in the middle wearing a red fire marshal hat. Ask somebody in the Navy about the fire marshal hat and everything. And I was like, damn. Every time I see that picture now, it's like he wasn't even the center of attention that day, but it looks like he is in that picture. Every day for his birthday, I post that pic. And if I ever decide to write a memoir, like I told people, I was going to write a memoir if I got famous, it'll be about my first tour in the Navy when I was stationed on the Dewey, because don't really like the Navy, but I can honestly say about 95% of my good times in the Navy were due to being attached to the Dewey, and it's both on duty and off duty with that ship. I had some hell of a time, and Will played a major role in some of those memories. So once again, happy belated birthday to Will, man. R.I.P. Continue to rest. We miss you dearly every day, brother. Music, man, music. Joyner Lucas, I don't know how I missed this last week on the porch. I apologize. But Joyner Lucas released his album, ADHD 2, last Friday. And man, when I say this dude don't miss, he don't miss. I was worried at first because, man, it was like, I saw 27 tracks in an hour and 25 minutes long. I was like, oh my God. But time flew by. And that track Monster has had me in a chokehold since he released it last week. It is good to hear hip-hop with some substance. I'm giving this one a 10 for 10. It's perfect to me. Also in music, Jay Worthy just released a new track this morning called Can't Relate, produced by Ninth Wonder. And he said in this caption of the IG post he had on, it's going to be for upcoming soundtrack for Once Upon a Time. Not be confused with his album he had last year, Once Upon a Time, which had a follow-up the next week, Once Upon a Time 2. And I commented under that post, I was like, this for a movie P? Because, you know, Jay Worthy calls himself P Worthy, keeping it P, you know, all that. He always do the P like player, pimp, positive, and, you know, he wear red, so you know what the other P for, because he is from Bompton. And he quickly replied back within like 10 minutes, like, yes. So I'm hyped, and I cannot wait for both the movie and the soundtrack. Also, we talk about movies. We are less than 1 week away from the theatrical release of Michael. I am, you know, the biopic coming up about Michael Jackson. I am so happy I can't wait, but I'm sad because it just revealed that Janet Jackson will not be in the movie. I don't understand how Janet Jackson cannot be in the movie. She was there with him throughout all this. You got Joe, you got his brothers, you got Catherine, we got everybody. Why is Janet not there? Like, how are you going to not talk about Control, Nasty Boy, Rhythm Nation, All Right, Miss You Much, That's the Way Love Goes, Love Will Never Do Without You, Anytime, Any Place. How we Scream, when they finally hooked up together, did Scream, and that awesome dance sequence they had on their at the time, the most expensive music video ever created. I don't understand. This is like up there when they did Straight Outta Compton, and Arabian Prince was never even mentioned, and Arabian Prince is actually on the fucking album cover for Straight Outta Compton. How are you not gonna do? I'm hoping the reason Janet didn't want to do this because Janet like, this is about my brother, let him have his moment. But still, you are part of your brother's moment. Like, I don't understand this at all. I really do not understand what is going on, but I'm still hyped. I need to try her to get tickets. I know that motherfucker gonna be sold out the first 3 days. So I need to figure out how to go online and get tickets for that movie. I'm going to just go ahead and say this, y'all. I will not be giving a review of what happened this past week on The Rookie. Y'all know I usually, towards the end of the episode, I give a recap. I'm not going to do it because this week they put up one of the type of episodes that I can't stand. They put up a damn documentary style episode. And it was on alien conspiracy theories. I didn't even finish watching it. I tried my best. Usually, cause I got Hulu. So usually what I do, I'm getting ready to go to work, I'll put it on and watch it. Like, I wake up early enough time to watch it while I'm getting ready for work, and watch it while I can sit in my car for a little bit. Like, last 10 minutes I can sit in my car before I have to take off and drive to work. I didn't even bother with that this time. Once I got online to try to see what the episode, somebody sported says documentary style episode. I gave it to halfway through. I still can't finish. I'm like, yeah, this is trash. And I knew it was coming. I knew a documentary style episode was coming because they do this every season. First we get Raj, which I found out is the creator's son. He's also the one that does the theme song. And I found out that Dash is actually creator's son too, but unlike Raj, I love Dash. Then we get Skip, Trace, and Randy. Love Skip, Trace, and Randy. Every time I see Skip, Trace, and Randy, my heart smiles. That man he's just a ray of sunshine. Who can hate Skip, Trace, and Randy? And then we'll get a documentary style episode. Happens every season. Those 3 things happen. And I really feel the reason they do these documentary style episodes, they're fillers. They're just to fulfill the required number of episodes they're supposed to have for a season. Because for those who don't know what fillers is, it's when you have episodes that really they not really memorable. They really didn't take the story nowhere. It's just like, hey, we got to hit a certain amount of episodes. Just put that one in there as a filler. And that's what I feel them documentary style episodes are. I just didn't. I just hope that writers can, for filler, do something else. Because, boy, I speak for a lot of Rookie fans. We say we hate those fucking documentary style episodes. Please stop them. On the news, a social media influencer, Ashley Janae, died this past week while on vacation in Africa, in the country of Tanzania. Y'all may not know, if you do know it, she's famous for being a black woman who's engaged to her white fiance, John McCain, and she constantly shitting on black men. People are like, well, she just had that one. She said she feels safe by black. No, she isn't. I went back. She constantly shitting on black men. Not just black men, men of color, because she shit on Latin men, too. When she said, if you see 305 in there and it's talking about a woman 9 times out of 10, it's a black or brown man. Like I said, she went on vacation to Tanzania. They found her dead hanging in a hotel room. Now, the math ain't math. A lot of people are saying, why would she go on vacation and then hang herself? That, which I can understand, like, that brings a good point. But then some people said this, like, black people don't hang themselves and all that don't make no sense. Black people, we do commit suicide. I'm tired of y'all thinking we don't commit suicide. We do, and we need to bring awareness to that. That's one thing I had to get on to somebody when they was talking about Eminem. They like, he talk about pills and suicidal thoughts all the time. I'm like, so does Scarface. And I love Scarface. Scarface is one of my favorite rappers. He's easily, if not the number one MC for me of all time, he's top 5. I still watch his Tiny Desk concert over and over again. And that shit's been out for 2 years. 2.5 years almost. And I still will watch it like I'm listening to an album. And it still hits every time. But I digress. And like I said, the math, and it's becoming very common. Because this is like within the last couple months, the 4th or 5th sister I done seen that was always talking about they don't feel protected by black men and all this and going with white men, but yet they end up dead. I'm talking about like violent deaths at the hands of these men. Because that man did it. He played a hand. If you look at them pictures of him with that girl, I don't get no good feeling about him. He look off. But you know what I find real funny about this? Them same women, black women who were laughing when dude from Georgia last year, Telbo Rackins, who was, he was talking shit about sisters left and right. When he got killed by his white girlfriend last year, all them disparaging remarks he made about black women saw he got killed. Black women laughed. They cheered. So, I hate to say it because it's unfortunate what happened. But sisters, that energy you had for Tailbone Rackins, keep that same energy for Ashley Janae. Because here's the thing. Anybody who shit on their race, whether you be a black man or you a black woman, you shitting on black people to try to be with them other people over there, and then something bad happened with them other people over there, I ain't got no sympathy for your ass. None whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? You kowtow to them. They better, they this, that, and the third. Man, them still not your people. I don't give a damn how hard it is to relate to your people, because trust me, I have a hard time relating to a lot of shit in black culture. But I'm still a black man, them still my people. Like Huey Freeman said it best on the R. Kelly episode in the first season of the Boondocks. He was like, you do all you can for black people, and a lot of times they make you wonder, why you even bother? He said, but at the end of the day, them still our people, and we gotta love them. And that's how it is. I can't turn my back on black people at all, because I am a black man. I'm aware I'm a black man. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people, like a lot of women be talking about, yeah, you always talking about Latin women this and Latin women that, and you don't love us. Let me tell you something. The last 2 serious relationships I got into, and even the little bullshit ones, I had like little bullshit situationships, they've always been with black women. Well, except for one, but that was a situation. That woman was Hawaiian, but that's neither here nor there. But like, let me say about 95% of after I had my first taste of salsa, all but one, I'm talking about situationships, hookups, relationships, have all been with black women. So I'm not ever gonna turn my back on no sisters. I've been asking Guy kindly if he can send me one that looked like Kelly Rhoda for a long, nice, dark, smooth chocolate skin. Cause I don't care what y'all say. Is it me? But when you see a dark-skinned sister, a fine dark-skinned sister, she's gonna be way more beautiful than a fine light-skinned sister because of them features. They more accentuated on the dark skin. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm jumping off topic. Mainly I gotta stop because I'm drooling. Y'all forgive me. But yeah, you want to go, like, you go run be a Negro bed wench, you get everything that come with being a Negro bed wench. I ain't got no, my heart and soul go out to her family, but I see the grass ain't green over there, was it? Hell, it's red now. And I'm not cracking jokes, I'm dead ass serious. So ladies, you know, y'all be worried about us. Talking about, oh, you brothers is violent, that we ain't out here chopping y'all ass up and hiding you under the bed and have you there for 2 years while we sleeping and going about our business. That be Trevor and Josh and Jeff doing that shit. Tyrone ain't finna do all that shit. Tyrone ain't got time to do all that shit. Tyrone like, oh, what you gonna kill me here? No, I ain't got time to dispose your body. I got a double shift tonight. Shit, I got things to do. Yeah, the game coming on. 2K finna come out. I ain't got time for all that shit. Nia Long, she's in the news right now. Nia Long, I don't know what. Ooh, Lord, Nia Long says she getting her hot girl on. Nia Long says she got men out here signing NDAs for when she had one night stands at 50-something years old. One night standing is a thing for Nia Long. Boy, you can't write this shit. You can't. And she said the reason she had them write NDAs, he says, because people can't keep their mouth shut. Now I'm going to keep it funky with y'all. I wouldn't either. I would not either. I'd tell everybody in earshot. I would even tell my mama. And you shouldn't tell your mama no shit like that, but I would definitely tell my mama. I'm going to give, like, prime example. If I was to ever run into Kelly Rowland, and Kelly Rowland gave me, let me do to her what Trevante Rhodes did to her on Mia Copa, I'm telling anybody who can listen, and if they deaf, I'm signing it to them. Everybody finna know. I'm telling everybody, because, hey, everybody, I'm singing it from the highest mountaintops. I'm going down to the deepest pits of the ocean and gargling that to the whip. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling, nobody is not not getting told. You know what I'm saying? Boy, that's something to brag about. And this is crazy with this, because say she prefers sleeping with younger men. Y'all, life has come full circle, ladies, y'all. It has come full circle. Y'all remember when we growing up in like teenage years, early 20s, mid 20s, they all wanted older men. Then they get on the other side of like 40, and now they want these younger men. And I know why they want it. It ain't because, younger men, they're more in their prime, i.e. they can keep it up. It's not that. What it is they think, he younger, I'm throwing this cat on him. I control him with that. And fellas, let me tell y'all something. I've always had a thing for older women. In my 20s, and even in my 30s, throughout my 30s, I've always been able to, like, kind of attract older women. And that's because I kind of carry myself as a older man. Like, a lot of people say I'm grumpy like an older man, whatever it is. And I can tell you from being a guy who messed with older women since my 20s, they don't be better than younger women at all. They just as simple, just as shallow, and not sometimes just as broke as younger women. They just think, I can fuck real good, so I can trust. Nah. It's good. I'm glad you freaking, you nasty, and you do nasty stuff to me, and I enjoy the nasty stuff you do to me. That ain't gonna control me. That is not gonna control me. You still, you don't think no different than this younger girl I was messing with. I mean, they can't be good, but it ain't that damn good, man. I had 2 examples of older women I've had. One lady, I was messing with when I was 27. And I was living in San Diego. I'll never forget this. Met her, she was 42 years old. Good, badass 42. I ain't gonna lie. She's still bad now. She, 10 years ago, she 52 now. I follow on Instagram now. She still look good. Only difference, she got that little gray in her head now, like right at the crown. Y'all know we had that little gray patch. But I ain't gonna lie to you, I like that gray patch. That gray patch be sexy to me. But she got a dude now. But anyway, this girl acted like she was 42. I swear, I felt like I was talking to a 24-year-old sometime. Like, I remember she texted me one time. Just text me raindrop. And I was like, huh? She said, you supposed to text back drop top. I said, the fuck are you talking about? She was like, you ain't never heard Bad and Bougie by the Migos? I said, don't you ever, as no 42-year-old woman, text me no bullshit like that ever again. And she was like, what the hell? Like, yeah, don't text me that. And I remember when I met her, she told me she wasn't from San Diego. And I was like, well, where you from originally? She said, oh, I'm from Cleveland. I'm like, you from Cleveland? She's like, yeah. I said, well, when did you move here? She said, I moved here to San Diego. I said, well, how old were you when you moved? She said, well, I was 12. And I said, you been there since you been 42? She said, yes. I said, girl, you from San Diego. You ain't from no damn Cleveland. You from San Diego. You moved here when you was 12. You're 42 now. You from San Diego. You know, wasn't the sharpest tool and shit, but she was fine as hell. And, you know, that thing had a little snapper to it. Can't lie, but she just wouldn't. You know, it said something else too that just kind of got, that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. So we was having sex, she like she didn't want to believe in giving me, you know, oral stimulation. It was like, I don't want no, I'm not doing it. Why? So I don't know where that thing has been, but yet you'll have sex with me. You won't give me no oral stimulation, but let me insert myself into your vagina. Now, granted, I had a condom on, but still, it's just like this. It's still an exchange of bodily. You know, we're not gonna go into detail. You know, also, you know, just anytime she wanted, she just thought anytime she wanted, because you know, women they do get very horny. They not shy about being horny and letting you know they want some. She would always get mad because I'm somewhere like doing comedy or I'm on duty or I'm in LA. Because at the last moment, she hit me up last moment. Now, you gotta give, this before I was young, even when I was nephew, you gotta give nephew some heads up, because nephew be in them streets. So you gotta give me a cup. You can't just throw it tell me at the drop of a hat. Last moment, I'm supposed to drop everything I'm doing. She be like, well, what you doing? I'm in LA. I'm in Long Beach. I'm in Orange County with my cousin. Me and the homies, we out, we making moves, we getting active. We out tonight. Well, I wanted to see you in this, that, and the third. And then like, you know what, I'm just gonna stop messing with you because you can't give me what I want and all this. Okay, well, I'm sorry, I can't. But every time I want to see you, you be hitting me up at the last moment. Hell, I'm in Long Beach. I'm in LA. I ain't finna drop what I'm doing and race all the way back 2 hours to come see you. I told her, I said, hell, I ain't Michael Keaton. This ain't Batman Returns. You can't just throw the damn bat signal in the air. And like, pretty much, I need dick sound like, oh, she needs dick. Let me just abandon everything. No, I don't know. I got a life. Let me know ahead of time. And she just was like, just got mad, just whoosh. Now, the other situation I was telling y'all about. Now, this one actually was one of the best situations I had, because it ended amicably. We just fizzled out, but I liked it. This one I was stationed in Washington State. And this woman, I never forget it. She was a little boy I used to go to all the time. I see the chick in there, and she was perfect. About 5'1", 5'2", nice, thick, in all the right places. Little Puerto Rican joint. From Brooklyn. She got out there. I think she married some dude. No, I mean, they ain't work out. Yeah, Puerto Rican joint from Brooklyn, you know, so... Like I said, the devil will come at you with something you always wanted. But it wasn't this bad this time like most times. So, you know, I thought she was kind of cute, right up my alley. She was 51, badass 51 too. Right up my alley. But, you know, she ain't paying me no attention. Nothing like that. Dudes was always at her, and I like, oh, no, she probably never. So one day she decided to pull a trick. I guess she wanted some of this little young thing. I was 33 at the time. She wanted some of this young meat. And she had told me to follow her home. I thought it's because she got real drunk. She wanted me to trail behind her so the cops couldn't get behind her and she wouldn't get pulled over swerving. So I pull up. She said, hey, park your car. I'm like, oh, yeah, she better give me some of that thing. Boy, she got 6 kids. And I'll tell you this. I understand. My mommy got 6 kids. Woo! Boy. Man, I was knocking that thing down for a month straight. Boy, I couldn't. Woo, boy, you can't. But anyway, it was, only I spent the night at our house the first night, and I guess she thought, oh, I got him whipped. I just spent the night because Popeyes had closed, and my uniform was in my car. So I was like, might as well stay here since she ain't kicked me out, because the same distance from here to base is going to be same distance from my house to base. And there's no point in getting up and going all the way over there to wake up a few hours. So I said, all right. So it's like the second time we getting it on. She wants to pillow talk, and I'm not interested. And I'm like, Lord, I'm ready to leave this woman out. So I guess she called herself trying to keep me like, look, I don't know what you about to go do, but, I'm getting tired. I said, yep, I was waiting for this. I said, I'm going to go get something to eat. Yep. She's like, and her face was cracked. She was hurt. Like, what? I said, I'm going to get something to eat. She's like, you just going to leave? I'm like, yeah, you told me you were trying to go to sleep, and you didn't know what I was about to go do. Like, I thought you was telling me to go. I was, but you spent the night letting, oh, baby, that's because my uniform was in the car, and you ain't kicked me out, so I said, but now I'm finna go get something to eat, because everywhere's open to eat something. She like, you just really finna get something to eat? I said, oh, I'm sorry, that's rude. You want something to eat? You get dressed, you can come with me, or you want me to bring you something back? Well, no, yeah, I'm about to go get something to eat. She thought that little snapper, I ain't gonna lie, that thing was a snapper. She thought that snapper gonna have some power, like, nah, baby, let me stay, and nah, I'm ready to go eat. I done worked up an appetite. Now I'm ready to go. But the last thing that got me, like I would tell you, they just still think they're young. It's one time we laying up, we chilling. It's after we was grown with each other. As the old people say, we knew each other biblically. She rolls over and says to me, I just want to let you know I'm not trying to have no kids. I'm like, huh? She's like, I don't want no more kids. I'm like, well, where the fuck that come from? She was like, well, I know you younger and y'all know y'all won't care. I said, sweetheart, I don't have sex to procreate. I said, I have sex for pleasure. I said, now, if a baby come from that, that's happenstance. I said, baby, all my babies gonna be old babies. I said, but with you being 51, your tubes ain't tight. Like, nah. I said, nah, baby, I don't want no baby with you. I said, I don't want my baby coming out with rheumatoid arthritis and all that, I said, you'll be 70, I'll be I'll be your age by the time the baby graduate. She was like, well, I wouldn't do that. I said, yeah. I said, you ain't, your tubes ain't tight. Like, no. I'm like, well, what is the name of guy? She looked at me and said, well, I just go get an abortion. I said, yep, you know what? These older women ain't got it all either. Because if you 51 and abortion is going through your mind, you really need to evaluate this. I'm going to be honest. I worked at the abortion clinic, and a woman came in there talking about getting an abortion, and I asked her, she said she's 51. I'd be like, bitch, is you serious? What the hell? I call my coworkers in. Hey, Willie, come out the back. You ain't gonna believe this shit. Yeah, man. Anyway, that's been my time on the porch this week, man. Y'all know what it is. Y'all can follow me on Facebook. Add me on Facebook or follow me. My name Pete McCorvey. You can follow me on Instagram, PeteMac10, PeteYMac10. Follow me on TikTok, PeteMac89, the same as Instagram. Just drop the 1 to 0, put an 8 and 9 in this place. Until next week, y'all be cool, stay calm, get paid. And still, RIP to to my boy Will from my time on board the USS Dewey. Man, you continue rest in peace, dog.